Hi, I'm Antonio. It's nice to meet you. Oh, hey, nice to meet you too. Oh, that's okay, man. Let's just maybe do a fist bump here. In today's video, gentlemen, we're going to talk about 10 modern manner mistakes that men are making that make them look like a fool. I'm Antonio Centeno. I'm the founder of Real Men, Real Style, where we help you leverage style as a weapon to get what you want out of life. My goal in this video is to help you identify some of these mistakes so that you don't, shoot yourself in the foot when you go in for an interview, when you're out on a date, when you're wanting to look your best. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. Manners, etiquette, isn't that really old-fashioned? I get it. And I'm not going to be talking about tipping your hat, necessarily opening doors for people. What I'm talking about here is the importance of human interaction and how it has actually gone up, the importance of manners and etiquette as we interact with each other less and less. Nowadays, we're just sending messages via email. We're not having as many maybe face-to-face meetings with clients. We're maybe not going out on as many dates, and we have less chances to actually improve upon a bad impression. So my goal here is to arm you with 10 things I see men making mistakes on so that you don't make these mistakes. Modern manner mistake number one is that people give their phone higher priority than they do other human beings in their presence. And this drives me nuts because think about this. This person is there for you. You're having a conversation and you get some random person, sometimes a telemarketer, sometimes a call, you don't even know who's calling, but you stop and you interrupt your conversation with this other human being so that you can take some random call coming in through an electronic device. I highly advise when you're engaging, when you're meeting with somebody, turn it on silent. Turn it off. Unless you're expecting maybe your wife's about to have a baby. Perhaps there's a death in the family and your sister, who you haven't talked to for 2 years is calling. Yes, then have good manners, excuse yourself, keep the call brief. Let the other person know you'll just be a second, step out, take the call, and then join back in. And I'm not saying to ignore your phone. I am saying to put the people in your presence as a higher level of priority than what's coming in on this device. Modern manner mistake number two is saying something online that you actually wouldn't say in person. So whether you post it on Facebook, whether you post it in a text or you send out an email, make sure this is something that if you were talking with a person face to face, you would still have the courage to be able to say it. I see people post things that are hateful, that are, that they wouldn't probably say directly to that person's face. It's funny, during, the last couple of years, I've watched social media, not in some ways, yes, it has bonded people, but in many ways, it's alienated people from each other. They've talked about how just in this last political election and everything, how no one really got their mind changed. What happens is people just unfriended each other. So think about what you're putting out there. Is it something, especially with politics or religion, that you would actually start engaging with this person face to face with? If so, okay, then go for it. But if not, be careful, because once the spoken word, the written word, once it's out there, you can't take it back. Modern manner mistake number three, not practicing good manners at home and thinking when they go out that they're going to be able to flip on good manners. It doesn't work that way, gentlemen. Habit will always sabotage you. So if you've got bad habits, the example being at the very beginning, that guy picking his nose, he doesn't necessarily even know he's picking his nose. I've got friends that do this. They don't even know that they're doing it. And people see this and they're like, oh, okay, I'm not going to shake this guy's hand. Good manners, you can't just flip a switch. Yes, but you can try, and you're spending a lot of energy with your mind trying to think about everything. So by practicing good manners at home, you're able to effortlessly, when you go out, have good manners, and then you can focus in on the task at hand. Modern manner mistake number four, be on time. Gentlemen, be punctual. When I was in the Marine Corps, they talked about being 15 minutes early. That is on time. There is nothing wrong with being at least 10 to 15 minutes early. If you're going to be late, have the courtesy to send a text message. Let people know what's going on. Understand, when you are late, you are wasting the most valuable thing that, and a lot of times people they have good manners, they're going to say, oh, it's okay, and they're going to put up with it to a point, but eventually you're going to build a reputation as somebody that can't be depended upon, and you don't want that reputation. Understand, somebody's time is their most valuable asset. That's something that they can never buy more of, so treat it with respect. Modern manner mistake number 5 is not having situational awareness. As men, I think it's very important that we understand what's going on in our environment, that we're aware of, okay, what's going on? Does somebody need help? Is there a threat? Is there something that, hey, okay, I need to watch the weather? Understand that your environment and what goes on has a direct effect on you. You can't just bury your head in the sand, be checking out your phone, not paying attention. Because what if a friend, she's stuck, right? Literally, she's out there and she can't get in because she's got too much she's carrying. You need to be able to have the manners to see somebody needs help when everyone else is talking and engaging. Be able to get up quickly, go open the door and let your friend in. And I see people, they get buried into their own personal environment. And that's to a point, that's fine. But I think as a man, you need to have situational awareness. Modern manner mistake number 6, not showing respect. And I get it. You're a smart individual. You've got a lot to share. You're 22 years old. You just graduated from one of the best universities in the country. And when you go into that company, though, understand that, yeah, a guy that maybe doesn't have the same degree from your school, he maybe, learned through 10 years of experience, you need to show respect. Because if you don't show respect, this person is never going to listen to you. They're going to think that you're just some upstart coming in trying to push them out of the way. And yeah, your ideas may be sound. They may be actually right, but that doesn't mean that you can push and dismiss what this other person has contributed for a decade. I was that young MBA making big mistakes, not showing respect to what people had been doing. And in my case, it cost me my job. Now, I want you guys to think about, okay, how can you, I'm not saying to be ignored or to give up on what change you want to make happen, but I am saying show respect for experience. The next modern manner mistake I want to talk about is constantly interrupting. Don't be that guy that walks in and immediately starts spouting things. Because again, you can't take back what you say. And people are, if you don't really know the situation, you don't know the environment, you're constantly trying to be the guy that gets in the first word, the last word, is interrupting, stepping on over people. Yeah, you may get your point across by forcibly putting it out there, but are people really going to listen? Are they going to really hear? Are they going to take action on your points? I don't think so. You're just going to build a reputation as someone that tries to be domineering, but is going to lose credibility and respect. The next modern manner mistake I want to talk about is the overuse of foul language, basically overusing curse words. And to me, when I see somebody use the F word, the S word again and again in their conversation, to me what it symbolizes is either a bad habit or a lack of education. Basically, their lexicon is not super, they don't really know a whole lot of words, which I try not to hold it against the person, but it's very difficult, especially for some people who are just not used to this type of language. Now, I have read research that talks about the occasional use of a cursory word is a great way to add an explanation point to a sentence, to be able to really get some emotion across, to be able to drive home and to catch attention, especially when you don't use it very often. However, understand that if you're using it every other, pretty much in every sentence, that you're overusing it. And for a lot of people, it's going to turn you off. They're going to make a quick judgment about you that isn't going to be in the most positive light. The next modern manner mistake I want to talk about is having no patience. And I see this from high achievers, people that are doing amazing things, and they wonder why other people aren't living up to their expectations. Hey, if I were sick, I would go to work. I put in 14 hours a day. If I send you an email at 9 o'clock at night, I expect an answer because I know it goes to your personal email and I expect an answer within 30 minutes. Understand that not everyone is living for their work. A lot of people have life going on, but have patience, have empathy, put yourself in other people's shoes. Understand that life happens, that death happens, that things pop up, and that you've got to be patient. I'm not saying to excuse everything. Put yourself in this other person's shoes. Say, okay, is this something that I can wait 24 hours? Can I wait before I chew them out? I can find out what was the situation. Gentlemen, try to have patience. Another manner mistake that I see again and again is that men are not making introductions. Now, it doesn't have to be your party for you to be running around making introductions, and I'm not saying you need to go out of your way. But if you've been speaking with a gentleman right over here, you've got another friend over here who you've known for years, and you can tell that they don't know each other, you make a quick introduction. Give names. That's the key. And so you'll need to know names. If you can't remember names, work on that. You simply have to associate their name, practice saying their name when you're engaging with the individual. But by making those quick introductions, you can clearly show you know your manners. So the final manner mistake that I want to talk about, gentlemen, is not even trying. I see people that they're like, I just was never taught any of this information, so I'm going to completely ignore it. Well, let me give you some basic ground rules. The difference between manners and etiquette, in case you're wondering, manners are how you make other people feel. Etiquette are simply the rules of the society. So etiquette, it's okay if you make a few etiquette mistakes. That's going to happen. You definitely want to try to learn them to be able to show that you've actually put in the effort and the time. But manners are all about simply making someone feel respected, making someone feel like they're important. And that you can do, doesn't matter what culture you're in. I've been to India. I live in Ukraine here with my wife. I spend time in the United States. I've been to South Africa. I've been to parts of all South America. And I can tell you that all the manners I have seen, it's simply showing respect. Even when I don't speak the language with people, simply by going out of my way to be very nice, giving them my full attention, I'm able to, they're like, I don't know what it is about this guy, but I like them. And that's the goal that I'm shooting for with this video. That's it, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you would add. I know there's a lot of things I could have covered with etiquette and with manners. And if you want to see more videos like this, let me know. I'll look to probably create some more here this year in 2017. That's it, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.